Let's talk about coming back. So you just made a comeback now.
Yeah,
You came back to the ring, and
yeah.
first of all, thank you, because
Thank you, my brother.
for the
Thank you.
fans, that was such an excitement, and I know you did incredibly well in the ratings. It was such a big success. Um, Second, congratulations, because that was incredibly impressive. I mean, the transformation of your body in the last year to come back so strong was amazing to witness.
Well, you can see what the dealing with Serena. That's a commitment with weight. You know what I mean? Just keep on being consistent. That's how she lost the weight. Consistency. It kicks motivation's ass. Just like it's your life. You do it like you're breathing every day, this way, this. And that's when you become the best you can be. Every day, you got to do it like you're breathing and sleeping. That's
So
how,
the discipline that Cass taught you when you were young, you kept it. You still have it.
yes, it ignites every now and then.
When you decide, you are
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
thing I learned impossible is nothing for someone who tries.
So talking about your last fight, so just tell us a little bit about what you created. You created something called Legends Only.
Only league. Yes, it's the Legends Only League. And it's really interesting because once I announced that I was going to do my exhibition, everybody, Jerry Rice, John Montana, all these other athletes, Floyd, they all want to be involved in some way. And because our first show was a record breaker. And so now everybody's interested in being involved with us in our whole organization.
So how did you feel about being on the ring again after so long?
It was interesting. I felt really good. I felt confident. I felt that I can do it again.
So do you want to do it again?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be better this time.
That's a good news. Um, so what was your motivation to come back? Was it this league that you created and you thought, I want to be the first one to start that league?
Hey, it turned out that way, but my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, came up to me and said, "Mike, I ain't gonna ask you this, but people want me to know, you want to fight again?" I said, I don't want to fight." And then I said, "Who?" Hey, I said, "Who do they want me to fight?" And then he said, 1 minute. And he calls on, he said, "Bob Sapp." I know Bob Sapp, he's a monster and stuff. And I said, "Okay, well, can I box him? Can I box him?" He said, "Okay." I said, "Ask him, will he box me?" And he said, "You want to do Marcus the Queen?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "I'll fight him." And I don't know what made me say that. And then it went from him to Tyson Fury to Shannon Briggs and then to Roy Jones. And that's how it started.
So is it only about boxing, or are you gonna? Because the idea.
Everybody. We got football, basketball, tennis, but the rules will be different. The rules will be different. The tennis people won't be too stuffy. You'll be able to talk shit back and forth. You can break rackets, and it's like freestyle. You can do everything but fight. Anything but fight. That's the only thing you can do. Because then they can see the passion of the players, and that's more exciting when you can see that passion. Because
I agree.
their passion
I
is
agree with that. Huh?
contaminated. Yes, the passion just is so enthusiastic. People get I don't know, they get mesmerized by it.
Yeah, because Mike, people are watching sports to feel emotion, and you guys, sports people, are so passionate about what you're doing. So it's a way to share that emotion. If the players or the boxers and the tennis players are able to share that with the crowd, that's amazing, and that's the whole.
I agree with you, but you know what I realized about fans too, from my experience, they want to see you to go to the brink of destruction and come back. Somebody that destroyed their life and bring it back, that's an interesting person.
Yeah, that's a great concept. Sure.
Because life is basically the willingness to die. And I believe the higher the risk, the higher the reward. And that's how my life functions.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about tennis.
All right. That's what I love now.
And of course, Milan. So one of your children, Milan, is playing,
Yeah.
and she's a good tennis player, and she's talented, and she's very motivated to become a professional. So first, how much do you enjoy being a tennis dad?
Listen, it broadened my horizon, and I'm just so grateful I had the opportunity to be involved with guys like you and you meet everybody, and it changed our life. No, our whole life has changed over tennis, and that's just hard to believe. You know, I thought we were doing well and everything that we're doing, making money and everything, is not bigger than my daughter playing tennis. Can you imagine that? She's bigger than everything in our life now, just
And
because of
why?
tennis.
Because you love that sport, or because you see her?
No, I see her transcending into something that she never would have before if she never got involved with tennis. She
Okay.
has confidence. At 10, at 11, 12 years old, she has a great deal of confidence in herself.
So I mean, I think everyone wants to know what kind of tennis father you are. So are you very invested in the training or only supporting her?
Listen, I support her, and when she allows me to, I put her into good training method. You know, sometimes I see her physically by nature. She's thinning down. She looks thinner and taller. But I'm a strong believer in you putting it in every day, an hour or two every day before you start your day. Get 2 hours of cardio, hour and a half, then your day starts. You got
So
to win the morning in order to win the day. You know, you
do
win
you,
the morning, you got the day.
do you teach her discipline?
Yes, I she's disciplined on her own. You know, she gets up, she cooks her meals, she takes a shower, she goes right to the gym every day at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and she stays there till, like, you may know, around 4 o'clock. And she's very diligent, and she wants to do this. I think something about this tennis gave her ego. Somebody applauded her and said how nice she was, and now she dedicated her life to it. I'm very proud to have somebody in my family understand that part of life where sometimes things don't go your way, and that's what life's about. Cause it's not gonna go your way, but you have to handle your situations and your misfortunes, and that's what discipline does. You don't win every match, but you can learn and you can handle defeat better than you did if you were a sore loser. I'm not a great. I used to be a great fan of sore losers, but they expose themselves as being sore losers. If you're a sore loser but don't expose yourself as being one, then you're a great player. You have great control of your discipline. Did
Um,
that make sense?
yeah, completely, 100%. You know, um, it's all about learning to get better. You know, whenever you lose, you did something wrong, but you have to understand what. And so next time, if you understand, if you accept to see yourself, understand your mistakes, then next time you have a good chance to do better because you're going to work on that, improve, and then you come back to it and you do better next time.
You know what I learned from my mentor, Customato? It was like you have to be totally objective of your feelings when you're in the ring. If that's your mother, your sister, your brother, your son, knock them out. Total control of your emotions. And that's what his thing. No feelings involved. But then you have to have feelings involved to provoke that passion. But no feelings, computer, it's just this is the job. Destroy, sophistication, move your head, counter. You know, it's no feelings involved, just passion.
Easy to say, not easy to do.
No way. It takes years and years to do. It didn't happen overnight. It's studying and training your mind.
Hmm.
You know, people that's why meditation is magnificent. It puts you in a relationship with your personality, and you become more aware of who you are and where you're going.
How do you deal when she plays matches? Is not too you're not too emotional? Because I had my daughter play tennis and I couldn't handle it.
Listen, this is how it is sometimes. I just go with her to let her know she has somebody there. You know, because I don't sometimes she doesn't bother her because she's at this level where other parents can yell and scream and she won't be affected. But she needs to know she has support there. That nothing's going to happen to her, and that's how it is if I'm there in her work. Nothing's going to happen to her. You know, she needs that feeling of relief that I'm protected. All women, even men, we all need that belief that we're protected and we're going to be all right. That's just a human nature trait.
Yeah, so support and protection.
Yes,
And the fact that you're proud of her, she probably feels it. I don't. Do you tell her?
I tell her all the time, but I mostly tell her that she needs to believe in us. So I try to tell her the power of belief. You know, and I said for that hour or so, or whatever time limit you're playing on the court, You have to contain your power of belief. You have to become a different. You have to become even like a mutineer. Your eyesight has to be more focused. Your hearing has to be more focused. Everything has to be at a higher pitch level. You know, I've been teaching her about relaxation, and now she's not as tired because being tired is a frame of mind. I know people nowadays in Mexico, the whole tribe of people, they run 100 miles a day. You know, so that tells you that being exhausted is in your mind. You can prepare your mind to go 10 hours, 20 hours. We have to have the relationship with our inner confidence.
What do you think is important for her to succeed in order to succeed in tennis? What that we should have to do in the next years?
It's all intellectual and desire. They have to desire. There's nothing like the fighting heart and desire. You have to want this more than you want your life. That's what contributing is all about. You have to want this idea more than I want to exist. And that comes in time. She's not ready for that yet, but in time she'll understand that. And maybe she compare herself with the gods. You know, some people, they're so successful they compare themselves to the gods. Their confidence get that high. You know, I wish she do it because it's only meant for certain people to do it. Like some people have too humble to do it. But it has to be said, the gods of war, the gods of competition, they have to hear you. They have to hear your prayers. It's just like Jesus, Muhammad. It's just like the prophets of war. They have to hear you. They need your prayers. They have to bear witness that they exist.
Fantastic. Just a few words about tennis again. What do you think? You know, we started this UTS.
Yeah.
You know about it because you left me a great message actually about it the last summer with the idea to make tennis, to propose a different tennis. You know, we keep the tennis the way it is, but we also propose another one that is probably more faster, more dynamic, probably more emotional with a lighter code of conduct, more immersive with coaching, with interviews.
More entertainment. More entertainment. That's what they want, entertainment.
So, I mean, tell me what you think about that, because you told me on a message, but I'm happy to have your view from someone coming from another sport.
I just think what you have going on is amazing, and it's all about like I was expressing before, it's all about consistency. When I was at you, everything's consistent. They're constantly moving, and motion relieves tension, and that's the best thing about sports: the constant movement, the perpetual motion of a human being. Like, you see, I was watching Our Planet, and I was watching these African wild dogs, you know, and they wait till you fall of exhaustion. They just wear you out. They never stop, a slow pace, and they just wear you out till you fall down. And then they start eating you. And that's what tennis is about, breaking somebody's spirit in order to win. You have to break his spirit. He's not giving in. And like Babe Ruth said, it's hard to beat somebody when they're trying. So, and they won't quit, so you got to keep beating. Psychological, because people don't give up. Some people are like you. They rather die than lose. So you have to be psychological and emotionally attached to yourself.
Okay, so I hope that next time you'll come to watch some of the UTS matches, and I hope also.
Listen, I never fail. Whenever your camp is open, I come. The #1 fan to your camp, brother.
Thank you very much. That's so nice. Yeah. So and you said also that next match maybe you'll play in the next match you'll do in south of France.
Yes.
The next fight.
I'm anticipating that. I would like to do that. A long time ago, I spoke to one of the sports chancellors, and he was talking. He said, and this is years ago, like 2005. He said we would like to have a fight here, but a really big fight.
Let's do that. Okay, great. Well, last question. Someone asked, and I want to ask you: do you know where you come from originally?
Yeah,
from Africa.
My DNA says like 45% is Congo, right? Yeah, from the Congos.
Okay. Okay, so someone asked me,
my ancestry is the Congos. I thought it was something going to be real glamorous and stuff, and I'm a real Congo guy. I guess that's why I'm the way I am, huh? That's where I get my aggressiveness from. Those guys are pretty aggressive over there. They're real strong. Okay. You know, they're real strong people, and I'm really proud to be a part of that heritage. when I heard that, I was really I was ecstatic. I was really proud. I was understanding why I'm the way I am now.
It's interesting because also Serena had the same did the same thing as you. At some point in her life, she wanted to know where she was coming from originally, and she also made a lot of research and went to visit Africa to understand her roots and why she was like that. And she told me that when she realized what her ancestors went through, she felt she was incredibly strong and almost unbeatable. So she said it helped her.
I feel when I found out. Great deal of pride.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Mike, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure as always.